Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you've had a great month so far, and hope you're ready for this week's trading. So this is going to be the market review for this week. But first, let's look at last week. So last week I was bullish on EU, and I was expecting this high to get run out. That's this high here because I thought this price action was properly traded into, and yeah, apparently I was wrong. I took a buy trade here. I took a buy trade here, and yeah, I took a loss here on EU. But I quickly understood the direction of the market and changed my bias to sales here. But I did not continue selling EU. I instead took buys on USD card, which I will get to in a moment. So yes, we were not bullish. We continued bearish, and again, I understood why I was wrong. Because ideally, a 4-hour break should have been used to confirm a bullish continuation. And that didn't necessarily happen here. It was just a little bit of retracement. So I was wrong on my bias last week, and but that happens. That's not a big deal. So if you're wrong, don't stick to bias. Just follow the market as quickly as possible. We should react, not just predict. So these predictions or this analysis or this market analysis in its sense is just to guide our thinking. It's not to make us rigid or anything. So being wrong on a bias is not it's not a big deal. I don't see why it is. I don't see why it is much of an emotional struggle. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. You can be wrong on a bias and still make money. So keep that in mind. So yeah, we ended up selling up until I would say it was a weekly order block. Yes, so this is it. So it kept selling until here. So this is the beginning of the week, and we sold up until here, which looks very good. Now we are here, and I think we are in a place where I don't really know what to do. I think we are still bearish. However, we are on the weekly order block, and it is in the discount range of it is in discount pricing of this range, and yeah, but let's see how it plays out. Today is CPI. Let's just quickly look at the news for this week. So we have CPI today. Yesterday was a no trading day because there was obviously a Monday and there was no news at all, no economic driver yesterday. So it was advised to just not trade yesterday. I did trade yesterday. I took a partial loss, but I took that trade to test an hypothesis I have in the market, and I took the trade with very reduced risk. And yes, I got the feedback I needed. Um, so Tuesday today we have CPI by 2:30 or 8:30 EST time. So be careful. The advice is to not trade before CPI. If you're going to trade before CPI, let it be London. Advisable not to trade before CPI because generally before the news, there's always a little bit of contraction, consolidation happens before the news. So I will advise that if you wait until after 8:30, 15 minutes, 30 minutes after that time, you might be able to find a trade to partake in. But yeah, I mean it's not too bad waiting until tomorrow, which is Wednesday and Thursday for a trade. So yeah, that is the news for this week. Let's see. Yeah, EU again. I ideally if I was to follow all the rules, I will be bullish on EU. I gone to my head if I was to pick a bias, it would be this, and I'll be thinking of buying from here, anywhere from here, maybe to this and to this. Again, I know this price action is finely traded into. It's properly efficient. That is all of this price action, all of this price action. So I am convinced that the moment price decides to switch bullish, all of this price action will be taken out in maybe a day or two. It will just sweep it out because there is no fair value. Everything is properly traded into its efficient pricing of in this entire range, just from here to here. The only inefficient pricing I can see is this one, and I don't think that will be strong enough to move market price, change market direction because we're coming off of a weekly order block and a weekly discount pricing. So keep that in mind. No promises yet, no confirmation yet to buy, and that's because today is CPI. If today was not CPI, I will be looking into here for buys. If you trade other blocks, this might be a good place to consider, but I mean, no confirmation yet because today is CPI. GU is also very similar, and I think GU is very exciting because we are trading off of this daily. We're trading off of this daily order block here. Also, discount pricing off the daily, and it looks exciting. It looks exciting. Today is CPI again. That's why I'll be careful. I am still very bullish on GU. The weekly might look bear. I'm still bullish on GU. So the weekly might look bearish, maybe coming off of this rejection block or something. But if you check the monthly, this looks like a good place to get to. And um, I'm looking at this, but again, once price has a direction to follow, higher time frame direction, all of this will just be it will be a detour. It would not necessarily change market direction. It may just be a pause. It may just cause a pause in price. But again, this is worthy because this is a fair value gap in the premium pricing of this range that is coming off of a weekly rejection block. So again, if you frame it, the best thing to do is always to be reactive and not just jump on trades um impulsively. So I will wait for this. Ideally, I would, if I'm going to be bullish, I will like to buy this somewhere around here. So I will like this fair value gap. I really like this fair value gap. Maybe you can say this other block. I'm not so big on other blocks, but maybe this rejection block if you must. Yeah, so maybe this rejection block. But yeah, I like this. I like this. So the just to show you, the trade I took yesterday was on EU, was on GU, and that was sales from here. I tried to sell this, and obviously, if I held this trade, probably still be in profit or not. But I tried to sell around there. I closed it when it was around there in a loss. It's half, even half the half risk that I took. So it was very negligible loss. But I did it for feedback, and I took it on a smaller account. So why did I sell this? Again, I was just trying to bank on this fair value gap here. I was trying to bank on this fair value gap here. But again, market has proven to me that some things are just the way they are, and there's no reason to try to go overboard or break your rules for them. Again, it was Monday, there was no news, and I was expecting that just price action will move the market down. But again, some things have to be in place for the market to move. So, anyways, I would expect price to come here and give us a buy after CPI. CPI may get here, and then after CPI will buy. It may get here before CPI. In fact, we don't know. It may just keep going higher. I don't know. So, about last week, most of the trade I took last week was on USD card. So Tuesday, I took euro buys. So I was wrong on that. I took a loss on that. Then on Wednesday, I took buys here and closed out here. On Thursday, yes, I took buys here. And this buys, I just barely got the profit out of this because it was, I mean, you can see this. So it's just like a 1%, 1 hour profit. So on Friday, I did not trade I did not trade USD card on Friday. I traded GU on Friday, and I think this was the trade on Friday. So yeah, I took a trade EU. Interestingly, it wasn't GU. So I took a trade here on Friday, and yes, it was pretty much a scrap. So that was it for last week. And so this week, I'm looking at USD card being. This was analysis from yesterday. I was anticipating buys on USD card, but no trades were taken on this. So USD card, I genuinely don't know. I'm just watching. I want to see CPI come out. I'm still bullish on USD card, but we are in pretty much premium pricing. Buying here is not advisable. I don't know. I would like to see this low get taken out, maybe as liquidity, maybe as a break of structure. I don't know. The best trade will probably happen tomorrow after after the CPI. So that is what I am looking at for this week. Again, these are just targets. They're just, it's just how you frame your directional bias. Doesn't necessarily mean you must take trades in this direction. NAS is quite bullish, and this high should get taken out eventually. This all-time high. So all-time highs on these asset classes. Um, so yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to CPI and what it does. CPI will give me more feedback, and that will guide my trading for the rest of this week. So yeah, that'll be it for now. And hopefully we catch ourselves next week and we are on the right side of the market this week and make some money and pass some challenges. And yeah, remember to take feedback. Remember to journal your trades. Remember to feedback is very important. So no matter what you do, loss or win, just take feedback from the market and keep improving. So until next week, guys, I wish you all peace and good luck.